Is Sadio fit this week, Ronald? Because when you mentioned that Chelsea game, it wasn't just Shane, was it? It was him and Sadio, that combination that was so effective against Chelsea that time.
That's true, yeah.
Is he fit to
He's
play?
fit, he did the whole week, all the sessions, and he's ready, yes.
Follow on from that, Sadio and Shane, what are their best positions? Can you play them out wide, play them down the middle sometimes? Where
I think Sadio is different than Shane. Sadio can play all the three positions in front. He can play left, he can play right. He is more wing player than Shane is. Shane is normally more the striker of one of the two strikers, and has a little bit more problems to keep his position on the right of the left side. It's a little bit different. They need freedom to have the movements, and okay, we try.
Talk about Sadio, we're coming up to January and the rumours aren't going away, are they?
Yeah, but
how are you dealing with that?
it's not important that rumours, but we will sell nobody. That's. You can ask again about Sadio, about Man United, about Chelsea, but nobody. We sell nobody in January. Don't ask me more questions about.
Is it flattering to you though that you brought in Sadio last summer? He was a bit of an unknown in the Premier League, and now the big clubs want him.
No, but that's great. If it's really like that, it's great, because the player is developing himself with all the helps from the technical staff and the rest of the players. But it's the reason why the team is growing and why the club is growing and why we have 17, 18 international players, and they are showing the qualities, and of course then big teams are interesting. It's a normal progress of players who are developing themselves.
Okay. Is the club in a better position maybe than in times past to hold on to the big stars?
Yeah, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not about money. It's about ambition of players, of people. And of course, we don't play Champions League, we don't fight for the title. And it's a normal ambition for players to reach the highest level possible.
Well, I suppose also, I guess the flip side of that is players move too soon potentially, and then don't get regular football at a big, at a.
Yeah, but okay.
Can you say to them, stay with us, and you can grow along with us? And
no, of course, daily contact to the players. You're not always talking about football or about what happened today or this week. You talk to players also about future, what I think, what I like, and of course, and we know we are Southampton, and for some players it's not the finish of the career as a player, because they grow, they will be better, and there will be coming interest for players, and that's normal.
Slightly down back to Jordy Clasie. How have you felt he's settled into this club?
Good. He settled in a good way. I think it's not difficult to settle yourself, because it's a big, good, high spirit in the team, and he needs to be now. He needs time to play, and that's no problem. And we know we have a tough week coming up. 3 games, 3 difficult ones, and in 1 week. And he don't start in all, because he's still not really 3 games in a week. He needs more fitness for that. But he is growing, and he is trying to do his best. And maybe he needs a little bit more time than other players, and that's no problem.
Playing 90 minutes, I'm not sure he's played one yet, has he?
No, because he came out of an injury, and he had not the whole good pre-season in the Feyenoord, and then you have to look after that players, and he is not like that physical player. Then you you have to look a little bit more after the player than normally.
And you getting what you paid for with him? Is he the player you thought you were getting? As you replace Morgan Shipley?
Yeah, but it's not about money, and they need time. It's not the moment now to analyze if it's about the money. Is he now? Ask me that question next year, because everybody needs time to adapt to the new club, to the new competition, tougher competition, harder competition, and that's not easy.
Easy where you wanted to be at this stage, obviously without.
Yeah, I know, because I did the same with Jordy in Feyenoord. When he came back, he was for 1 season on loan to a smaller club in Holland, and he came back to Feyenoord, and I think the first 3-4 months I took him always out of the pitch after 70 minutes, because that was enough. And you have to help, you have to protect the player as well in the states, or in the physical states of the player.
And also, sometimes in the Premier League, if players are sort of pitched in too soon because of its extra physicality, I know you've been careful with all your players who haven't had experience.
Yeah, but because
do you think that's another?
I know the players, and I have that experience with them, and it's easy to kill players and to push him, but then he will get big injuries, and we try to look after that.
With Shane, Ronald, have you had to say to him this is a chance to kind of stay in the team? Because obviously Graziano's been such a good player for the team all round. There's probably an assumption that as soon as his ban's over, no matter how well Shane does, he'll be out and Graziano will be back.
Yeah, but I think Shane also can play on the side of Graziano, and it's all about the performance of the player. And I hope that I will answer your question after Saturday, when he was the hero of the game, and that maybe it's good competition for Pelle.
So
then he can play better than he did the last 2 games.